What is up, guys? Welcome back to Fit Body Secrets, where my mission is to bring you guys inspiration, motivation, and a ton of tips to help you guys on your fitness journey. In today's episode, I am going to be redefining what it looks like to go all in on your goals, because I think that a lot of people really struggle with this. And I thought it was very timely because we are in that transition week between Christmas and New Year's, where a lot of people might be gearing up for something new in the new year, or considering doing something new in the new year, or maybe you're avoiding doing something new in the new year because you don't want to be that person that sets a resolution that you know that you can't fulfill. And maybe you're already working towards a goal and you're working hard at it and you're going for it. Maybe I'm going to give you some confidence today that in your struggles you are actually doing exactly what you need to do. So today I want to really break down what it looks like to go all in on your goals. And I'm going to start by talking to you guys a little bit about the misconceptions I think that people find when it comes to going all in on their goals. I think people think that going all in on your goals means being all in all the time and super hyper focused on that one thing all the time. Okay. That's just not reality. If you have a fat loss goal, you thinking that your whole life needs to be consumed by your fat loss goal is not realistic and not necessary. Think of it this way. If you're in the gym and you're trying to achieve a skill, maybe you're working on ring muscle ups or pull ups or whatever it is, you're going to likely start following a program where you chip out some time in your day to start focusing on the skills necessary to develop that movement, right? It's the same thing here. We are doing some things, we're making some habit changes, but it's not going to consume your life and it shouldn't consume your day. It should just be something that you feel proud to be working on each and every day. Okay. So I think the other misconception about going all in on your goals is that if you like, if you're not perfect, you messed up and you have to start all over again. And that's not the case. Okay. You really can't mess it up. You really can't mess up trying hard to achieve a goal. It's just about picking up where you left off. So maybe you've had a couple of days where things weren't ideal. That's going to likely happen to you in your chasing or in your desire to chase a specific goal, that you're going to have days and times where things don't line up the way that they should and you're troubleshooting. So it's really important for you guys to recognize that going all in on your goals does not require perfection. It doesn't require a fresh start. It doesn't require the perfect plan. In fact, it actually requires the exact opposite. Going all in on your goals is going to be very messy. You are going to have things that get in your way. You're going to have times where you don't feel motivated. You're going to have all of these things that happen that are going to stop you from trying to stay consistent with the things that you need to be doing. But it's your job and your responsibility to say, hey, nope, I'm going to keep doing what I can doing. And having some good focus points is super important. So I think that that's kind of where I want to start by talking a little bit about what it looks like to go all in on your goals, because I know that this is really hard for a lot of people. Okay, so what are some things that you do need to go all in on your goals? And I'm going to keep this episode pretty short today because I think that this can be encompassed in just a few short, simple things. Is number one, you need a commitment to being consistent. And I like to think of this like you're trying to create a majority vote. Right now, you've got a lot of votes for your old behaviors, your old actions. You know, if you're in a fat loss journey, you've been doing things a specific way for a very long time, and you've developed a very routine strategy to doing that stuff every single day for a very long time. Now, you've got to create a whole different strategy, okay? And your goal for the first 30 days of chasing your goal is to your goal for the first 30 days of chasing your goal is to try and get the majority rules for your new habits and the new changes. And know that there's going to be some days, like I said, that don't go perfect. Maybe you do fall back into old patterns, but as long as you just pick it back up and the next day you're putting a check mark on the new goals, you are creating more of a majority vote for your new lifestyle habits. Okay. Number two is that you think you need motivation. And right now, you might be super motivated to chase a goal. Like you're super motivated, like I want to lose weight, especially because it's the day after Christmas and you're likely feeling a little fluffy and not feeling so great about yourself. But you have to realize that the motivation is going to dwindle, and it's not motivation. You're not going to have the motivation to take action every single day. But you want to be motivated to see the goal through. And that means that the days that you're not motivated, you're okay doing the boring work. In fact, most of the time, the work is going to be very, very, very boring. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. You're going to feel like it's on repeat. You're going to want something exciting to happen. And usually nothing exciting ever really happens. It's just this long-term program that you're on, this long-term process that you're on, this journey that you're on. And that's why it is important that it is obviously sustainable for you, that you can actually commit to the change that you're making. Okay. What you really need is a strategy. Okay. You need a strategy. So going all in on your goals means actually taking some time to plan and reflect on the things that aren't working well for you, or maybe the things that are causing you to not achieve the body that you want or the goals that you have for yourself, where you have to maybe carve out some time for things and making the necessary changes to do that. And this is where I think a lot of people also go wrong, is that they think that going all in is like doing 5 million different things at once. They decide that they're going to lose fat and they're going to go on this, like, super strict diet plan. And they're going to start meal prepping and they're going to go to the gym 6 times a week. And before you know it, they're burned out after week 1 because they've overcommitted themselves. Why not try under committing and over delivering? Why not try and focus on the 1 or 2 things that you need to move the needle the furthest? And that's where having somebody else with a set of eyes to take a look at what you're currently doing and showing you how to change things might be the best thing you never did to ensure that you have the right strategy in place. Going all in on your goals isn't about just starting day 1. It's about knowing what it's going to look like after day 30, day 60, day 90, and having a long-term plan for that. Okay. So that's really the things that people are missing when it comes to going all in on their goals. It's not about the discipline to, like, the willpower to, suck it up when everything gets tough. It's literally learning how to pivot. Okay. I think the other thing that people have to realize about going all in on your goals is that, like, it's going to look very messy. Your life is going to look messy when you're chasing these goals. You're going to have the kids, screaming at you, and work is going to be busy, and all these things are going to be happening. But you are so committed to seeing this goal through that you're going to become a problem solver, and you're going to be looking for ways to stay consistent with your new habits despite what's going on around you. That's how you actually achieve a goal, and you actually can sustain it, because you're learning how to troubleshoot that stuff, especially when it comes to fat loss. I think that people think that, like, chasing fat loss in the perfect time when everything is settled is not right. You need to be chasing fat loss throughout the storms and throughout the times where the skies are blue. Like, I know it's a stupid analogy, but it's the truth. You need to be able to see what it looks like when life is messy and when life is smooth. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see it through. Okay, just taking a quick look at my notes. I think the last thing that I'm going to talk about is probably the most important thing. And when it comes to going all in on your goals, I think the number one thing that most people are missing is accountability. Whether it's a coach, a friend, a colleague, a challenge, everybody works better with accountability. You have got to make sure that you've got some way to hold yourself accountable. Tracking your food in MyFitnessPal is not accountability, because you're only accountable to yourself, and it's really easy to let yourself down. How many people do I know that have worked with a coach, and then when they stop working with a coach, things started to kind of fizzle out because they no longer had the accountability of a coach holding them to their standards, to holding them to the things that they set out to do. They're no longer taking action on the things that they committed to with that coach, because nobody else is around and nobody else is watching them and nobody else really cares. Accountability is essentially, I forget what the statistics say, but I believe it's something like 50 or 60% of people that actually have accountability are more likely to achieve their results than those that don't. It's like over majority rules, like going back to the majority rules, but I know that it's over half, and I'll have to find the statistic for sure. But you need accountability. You need some way to hold yourself accountable to doing the things that you've committed to yourself. Otherwise, you're going to continue to fizzle out and then have to start over. And the cool thing is, if you find the right accountability, it actually might help you stay consistent, because you might be doing things that are unnecessary in your plan. And maybe having somebody that has more knowledge than you can show you the things that, like, hey, those things really don't matter. I want you to focus on these things and stay accountable to these action steps. And now you might have actually removed a layer of difficulty and found someone to hold you accountable to doing what you actually need. So it actually works both ways. And I'm really excited that in the upcoming year, I've got 2 big things coming up. One is I'm going to be simplifying macro counting for those of you guys out there that are looking to use a macro-based approach, a flexible approach to macros, to achieve your fat loss or your obviously body composition goals or performance goals. But most of you guys are looking to lose a few pounds, get a little leaner, 10, 15, 20, 50, whatever it is. Maybe you are also looking to just perform better and you want to dial in your macronutrients. I'm going to show you guys how to simplify things. And then I will be starting a new Fat Loss Frameworks AMRAP macros group coming up mid-January. So I'm super excited for both of those things to be coming up. And if you are looking for some accountability and you are looking to get on board with those two things, you can simply shoot me a message. I am going to be having signups coming up soon, but if you guys are just looking, hey, I want in on that, just give me a message. I'll put my email here and we will definitely get you in on both of those things. So until the next episode, guys.